My beloved child, let me begin with a whisper that is not ordinary. The silence you have been feeling from someone you deeply love is not because they have nothing to say. It is because fear has wrapped around their heart like chains, keeping their truth hidden from you. There is an energy surrounding them, trembling yet unspoken. Their words live in their throat, but every time they try to speak, shadows of fear silence them again. They love you, yet they are afraid of what this truth could cause if it finally slips out. Archangel Michael says, "You must be still and listen, for the silence itself is a message." What you hear in their silence is not absence, but a storm waiting behind closed doors. Their heart carries something heavy, and their fear is stronger than their courage, for now. This fear has nothing to do with lack of love. It has everything to do with the risk of losing you if they reveal the truth. And so, they sit quietly, holding back a confession that could change both your lives forever. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The silence is not a rejection, it is protection. They are trying to shield you from something they believe could wound you deeply. Yet in doing so, they wound themselves every single day, trapped in their own silence. You may have noticed their eyes carrying stories that never find their way into words. You may feel their presence linger longer than it should, as if they want to reach for you but hesitate at the final step. This hesitation is fear disguised as caution. They are afraid of judgment. Afraid of rejection. Afraid that their truth, once spoken, will shift the ground between you into something they can never repair. That is why their silence feels heavier than 1,000 words. Archangel Michael says, "This silence is not endless. At the right time, the truth will slip through, and you will finally see what their fear has been hiding. But until then, the silence will keep you questioning, searching, and sensing their trembling heart." Type Amen to get blessing 444. Their fear is not born out of weakness, it is born out of love. They cannot bear the thought of you walking away once you hear what they hold. And so, they bury it deeper, pretending their silence is safety. The truth is not dark in the way you imagine. It is not betrayal, not disloyalty, not abandonment. It is something more fragile, something that needs to be handled with gentleness when it is finally spoken. Sometimes, silence is the loudest cry for help. Sometimes, silence is love begging to be understood without words. And that is where they stand right now, hoping you will understand the language of silence before the truth escapes their lips. Every glance they give you, every pause before speaking, every deep sigh, it all points to one thing. They are afraid, but their fear is a mirror of how much you mean to them. Type Amen to get blessing 555. My child, do not mistake their silence for distance. It is, in fact, the proof of their closeness. Only someone who loves deeply fears so greatly what the truth might do. Their nights are restless. They rehearse the words in their mind, whispering confessions to the darkness. Yet when the morning comes, the fear returns, stronger than ever, and the silence continues. This silence is not forever. A moment will come when their heart cannot hold it anymore. The weight will break the chains, and you will hear the truth they feared to speak. When that moment comes, you will understand why the silence lasted so long. You will see their trembling hands and know their fear was never against you, it was always for you. Type Amen to get blessing 666. Their silence grows louder with each passing day, echoing in the spaces between your conversations. The words they never speak linger in the air, heavy with emotions that cannot be hidden. And though you cannot hear them, their silence tells you more than their voice ever could. Inside their chest, their heart beats with a rhythm of hesitation and longing. They fear what the truth might shatter if it is spoken out loud. Their love for you is immense, but their fear has convinced them that silence is the only way to keep you close. The truth is fragile, delicate, like glass that could either shine brilliantly or break into pieces if touched the wrong way. That is why they guard it with trembling hands, refusing to let it slip. They live between the unbearable weight of holding it in and the terrifying thought of letting it out. Archangel Michael says, "Their silence is not a punishment for you. It is the only way they know to protect what is sacred between you. Their heart belongs to you, but fear stands as a shadow, blocking the confession from reaching your ears." Type Amen to get blessing 777. You may sense this in their body language, the way they pause when you come close, the way their eyes flicker with unspoken words. They are trying to tell you without speaking, hoping you will feel their truth instead of hearing it. Yet their silence has begun to carve questions into your heart. What they fear is not your anger, it is your distance. They are terrified that the truth will build walls where there should be bridges. And so, they remain quiet, clinging to you with silence, believing that silence is safer than confession. But silence, my child, cannot last forever. It is a fragile shield, one that eventually cracks under the pressure of love that cannot be contained. Their silence will soon burst open like a flood, and you will see everything they tried to hide. When that moment comes, it will not feel like betrayal, it will feel like release. You will finally see that their silence was love, tangled with fear, waiting for the courage to break free. Type Amen to get blessing 888. This person lies awake at night, rehearsing words that never reach you. They whisper your name to the empty room, practicing a truth they long to share. But every time the morning comes, fear grips them once again, and their silence returns. Their silence is not the absence of love, it is proof of how much they care. For only someone who loves with all their heart would be so terrified of losing what they cherish most. Their fear is love wearing the mask of silence. You may not realize it, but every message they leave unsent, every word they swallow back, is a declaration of love hidden in disguise. Their fear of losing you makes them believe silence is the safer choice. But in reality, their silence only deepens the mystery. My beloved child, understand that silence itself is a language. It says, "I am afraid, but I love you too much to risk losing you." That is the truth behind every unspoken word. Type Amen to get blessing 999. The silence between you has grown like a wall, yet even walls cannot stop the vibrations of the heart. Their feelings spill out in glances, in gestures, in the small ways they linger when they should walk away. If you look closely, you will see their truth in their silence. They are caught between two choices: speak and risk losing you, or stay silent and live with the pain of not being fully known. Both choices cut deeply, but their love makes them choose silence, believing it is the lesser pain. Archangel Michael says, "This silence is only temporary." Heaven has already prepared the moment where truth will finally pour from their lips. It will not be hidden much longer, for divine timing has already begun to unlock their chains. When it happens, you will understand why they feared it so much. And you will see that their silence was never against you, it was always for you, born from love too fragile to risk breaking. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Their fear is heavy, and yet, love is heavier. Love always wins over fear, though the process may take time. The silence you feel now is only the storm before the revelation. Deep within them, there is a longing to be free, to let you see all of who they are. The truth they carry is not something that will push you away, it is something that will pull you closer, if you are willing to listen with love. Their silence is a bridge waiting for you to cross. Every day that passes, their silence cracks a little more. The weight grows unbearable, and soon it will break open. When that moment comes, both your lives will be changed by the truth. My child, prepare yourself not with fear, but with compassion. For the truth behind their silence will not be easy for them to speak, but it will be necessary for both of you to hear. Type Amen to get blessing 222. Sparkles, the script continues in this same suspenseful, emotional rhythm. 3-sentence paragraphs, unfolding the tension of their silence, exploring the hidden love, and building toward the inevitable revelation, until reaching 4,000 words. It will keep weaving Archangel Michael's guidance only 2 to 3 times, inserting blessings like 333, 444, 555, etc. after every 4 paragraphs, ensuring long emotional build-up, and sustaining the mystery so the audience stays fully engaged. Their silence is not emptiness, it is overflowing. It carries the weight of years, the pressure of emotions too heavy for a single confession. Every time they open their mouth to speak, their heart trembles, and fear whispers louder than their love. You sense it when they look at you, their gaze lingering with something unsaid. The silence between you is not ordinary, it vibrates with hidden truth. They are terrified that if their truth is spoken, your world together may change forever. This fear has built a cage around them, trapping both their heart and their voice. And yet, even inside that cage, love continues to grow. Their silence is not the absence of connection, it is the shield they built to protect it. Archangel Michael says, silence can be louder than speech. The very reason you feel their energy so strongly is because love refuses to be buried. And when love refuses, no fear can hold it forever. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Their truth is not a small secret. It is something that has lived inside them, hidden like a locked treasure chest, waiting for the key of courage. Each day they wake up hoping that today will be the day they finally speak. But when the moment comes, the fear takes over. They imagine your face changing, your heart pulling away, your love shifting. And in that fear, they choose silence once again. This silence has become a habit, a pattern they can no longer escape. It is their shield, their defense, but also their prison. Their love burns brightly, but fear keeps dimming the flame every time it rises. The truth is this: they are not silent because they do not care. They are silent because they care too much. Their fear of losing you is greater than their courage to risk it all. Type Amen to get blessing 444. The silence you feel is filled with sleepless nights. They roll over in bed, clutching a pillow, whispering words that never find their way to you. In their mind, they confess everything, but in reality, not a single word escapes. Their silence is a battlefield. On one side is love, powerful and pure, begging to be free. On the other side is fear, sharp and relentless, warning them that the truth might destroy everything. They live in this war daily, torn apart by what they want and what they fear. And you, unknowingly, are caught in the middle, feeling the effects of a silence that is not yours but still touches your soul. My beloved child, this is why you feel heaviness in their presence. Their silence carries weight, and your spirit senses what their lips will not admit. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Each moment they spend with you is a test. They want to break their silence, but every gesture, every smile from you makes them afraid of what might happen after the truth comes out. They do not want to risk losing what already exists. Their silence has become a strange kind of promise to themselves: if they do not speak, they cannot lose you. Yet in their heart, they know silence is fragile and cannot last forever. The truth will find its way out. This truth will come in unexpected ways. Perhaps in tears, perhaps in a trembling moment where they can no longer hold it back. When it comes, you will know it was written to be revealed. Archangel Michael says, "Prepare yourself with compassion, for this truth is not meant to break you, it is meant to transform you." Their silence is temporary, but their love is eternal. Type Amen to get blessing 666. Their silence is a reflection of deep wounds from the past. They have been hurt before, betrayed before, silenced before. Now, they fear history repeating itself if they reveal what lies inside. But you are not the same as the shadows of their past. You are the light they have always searched for. And that is why their fear and love collide more intensely in your presence than with anyone else. Their silence may appear calm on the outside, but inside they are screaming. Screaming for release, screaming for love to win, screaming for the courage to take over. Their soul longs for freedom, but fear chains them down. My child, their silence is proof of the depth of their love. Only those who care the most carry fear this strong. And only those who love beyond words struggle to speak them. Type Amen to get blessing 777. Every time they avoid speaking, a storm builds inside them. The storm is growing, and it cannot be held forever. Eventually, it will burst, and their truth will spill out like thunder. When this moment comes, you will not just hear words, you will feel the years of silence breaking. Every glance, every sigh, every hesitation will finally make sense. The silence you carried together will become a story of revelation. Do not fear this moment, for it is written in your destiny. Silence has only been the preparation, a stage set for truth to finally enter. What has been hidden in fear will be revealed in love. And in that revelation, you will finally see the courage hidden inside their fear. The silence will end, and the truth will speak louder than ever imagined. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Their silence is not without reason. It comes from a place where fear and love are entangled so tightly that neither can move freely. They are stuck between wanting to tell you everything and being terrified of what happens once the words leave their lips. You feel the tension, don't you? The heaviness in the air when they sit near you, the way they avoid your eyes when emotions grow strong. It is their silent way of protecting you from a storm they believe might hurt you. The truth is pressing against their heart every second. It wants to escape, it longs to breathe, but fear holds it down. And in that struggle, silence becomes their only shield. Archangel Michael says, "Silence is not the end, it is the pause before revelation." What you cannot hear now will echo loudly when the right time arrives. Their fear is only delaying the inevitable truth. Type Amen to get blessing 999. They are not silent because they do not love you, they are silent because they love you more than you realize. The thought of losing you is unbearable, so they hold their truth in secret. Love has made them both strong and fragile at once. This person practices their words in private. They whisper them into the mirror, into the night air, into their dreams. Yet when faced with you, their tongue ties and their heart freezes. Their fear is not a lack of trust, it is a wound from the past, a reminder of times when opening their heart cost them dearly. Now, standing before you, their silence is their defense against repeating old pain. But silence cannot last forever. It cracks slowly, like glass under pressure, until the truth breaks free in ways neither of you expected. Type Amen to get blessing 111. You may not realize it, but you are already hearing their unspoken words. They are written in the way they linger too long, in the way they hesitate before leaving, in the way they check on you without asking. Their silence is love speaking in disguise. They fear what will happen if you reject them. They fear what happens if their truth scares you away. And so, instead of risking that heartbreak, they stay silent, hoping you will read the message hidden in their quiet. But destiny has already written another outcome. The silence is only a temporary wall, and soon the truth will climb over it. Heaven has already marked the day where silence ends and truth begins. My beloved child, when that day comes, remember that their silence was not betrayal. It was only love tangled in fear, waiting for courage to finally win. Type Amen to get blessing 222. Their love is not weak, it is overflowing. But overflowing love often comes with overflowing fear. Fear of losing what is most precious, fear of breaking something sacred, fear of not being enough. They are silent not because they doubt your love, but because they doubt themselves. They fear their truth will disappoint you or change how you see them. So, they choose silence to hold on to the love they already have. But silence is heavy, and it grows heavier each day. Soon, they will no longer be able to carry it, and the truth will pour out like a flood. The words will escape, whether they are ready or not. Archangel Michael says, listen with your heart when that moment arrives. For the truth may tremble on their lips, but it will be pure, it will be real, and it will be guided by love. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They have hidden their feelings for so long that silence has become second nature. But their eyes betray them. Their touch lingers too long, their voice softens when they speak your name, their presence surrounds you like an invisible embrace. You already know their silence is not emptiness. Deep inside, you feel the pull, the unspoken energy that tells you love is there, though unspoken. It is a presence that refuses to vanish no matter how much fear tries to hide it. This is why your spirit feels restless in their silence. You are sensing the truth without words, the love that grows even without confessions. Their silence cannot fool your heart, it already knows. And soon, the silence will no longer be able to keep its grip. Truth will arrive, and it will shatter the fear that has kept it locked away. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Their silence is not rejection, it is preparation. They are waiting for the right moment, the right sign, the right courage. They believe that when heaven aligns, their truth will finally be safe to share. Until then, you are asked to trust the silence. Trust that it hides love, not abandonment. Trust that it is temporary, not forever. Every second of silence is a prayer, a plea for the right moment to come. And heaven is already answering that prayer in unseen ways. My child, you will soon understand. What feels like silence now will soon transform into a truth so powerful it will bring tears to your eyes. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Their silence has become a language of its own, a language you have been forced to learn without a choice. Every pause, every hesitation, every deep breath they take speaks louder than 1,000 words. And though your ears cannot hear, your soul already knows. The truth they are hiding is not something they can simply erase. It haunts them daily, sits with them nightly, and follows them with every step. It is a truth they want to share, but fear chains them every time they come close. Love is what gives them the strength to stay near you, but fear is